my name's Laura, and I'm a teacher and a teacher trainer and a researcher. So I'm lucky enough to get the opportunity to observe a lot of people teaching in a lot of different contexts. And I think from everything I've ever seen, my top teaching tip would be to simply listen and then act. Because the fundamental essence of teaching is responding to what other people need in an appropriate way. And if you haven't taken a moment to just pause, listen, and have patience with a person who might be struggling to do something or express something in another language, then you won't know the best way to respond appropriately. So the most important thing you can ever do is simply stop talking and listen.
My name's Phil Bird, and this is my top tip for teaching today. It's for teenage learners. You go through your course book, there's a question at the end, might be like, what's your favourite film? It's a great question for adults. They'll talk about it forever and you can get loads of language out of it. Teenagers will look at themselves, look at each other, look at the ceiling and not say very much. Perhaps because they're self-conscious, perhaps because they don't actually understand what they're supposed to do. So what I do is you just print out sort of tables, blank tables, but you give them different things to look at. So one column you might get them to fill in the name of 5 films, the next column the actors, the next column the genre, and then the next column maybe score it out of 10, and then get them to talk about why they chose the scores for those films. So actually, they'll end up answering the question you asked in the first place, but you get a lot more language out of them. It's kind of leading them to it and getting them to think what to do. And it's dead simple. There's all kinds of graphic organisers you can use, but it can be just as simple as a table. So that's my tip.
Hi, I'm Cynthia. I'm from Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, Malaysia. I teach in a primary school, and my teaching tip is to find what engages my students and then use that to help them learn. For instance, my students love technology. They love to play with their smartphones. So I use that to get them to be more interested in writing. When I did that with my students, it makes writing more engaging for them, more interactive for them, and then they love it. And so I think the most precious moment in my teaching experience was when my students told me that I had helped them to learn what they need to learn by making them believe that they really want to learn it. So that's my teaching tip.